For those of you who work with multi-agent systems, you know how difficult it can be to understand what's going on with your architecture. So, where the bottlenecks are, where your agents might be failing, it's hard to intuit. And it usually means that you have to jump into dashboards or trace through spans in order to figure out what's going wrong. LaunchDarkly just released agent graphs. So now, if you're using AI configs and you're using agent graphs, your prompts, your temperature settings, your model selection, your tools, and the configuration of your multi-agentic systems can live external from your code. I'm going to show you how to set up agent graphs with your orchestration layer so you can get configurable, observable architecture in no time using LaunchDarkly. This is the written tutorial if you want to follow along. Going into my LaunchDarkly UI, I'm looking at all of the AI configs that were created with that Bootstrap script. And now I'm clicking on agent graphs. I'm choosing supervisor agent as my first graph, or my first agent to add to my graph, and I give it a name. Then from here, I'm going to connect my next agent. So this is going to be the security agent. That's the one that's going to redact any personally identifiable information based on your region. So recall, the EU gets more strict security redaction than other areas. And then we're going to connect the support agent. And that's ultimately the agent that's going to help you with your questions. So I'm going back to that written tutorial just to grab these JSONs. This is giving it the routing information. This is built into the code that I wrote to leverage these JSONs that are pulled from LaunchDarkly in order to help determine which agent to route to. So recall the idea being that if the user sends something with PII, the agent would notice this, would redact it before passing that along to the support agent. That way you can save all of your logs from your support agent without having to worry about PII being incorporated. You can see on this agent graph, it shows me the default variation while we have routing to different variations based on different contexts. So based on region and based on whether they're paid or free, what's shown on the agent graph is the default. All I'm doing is I'm running a few questions through so that I can get some data populating into my graph to show you. And recall that this has some pre-populated questions, but you can also type in your own, and it's got a knowledge base that has to do with reinforcement learning. So I'm just asking it some very, very general questions to get it to do some tool calls. And I'm changing the context on the left there so that it will route to different variations and different models and use different tools. So when I look at my workflow details, I can see this one used, for example, 3 different search tools in order to generate that. And it skipped over my security agent because there was no PII. Now I'm going to see if I can generate a few with that security check in order to get some data populating through to that security agent. And you see that it went to that strict security because we were using a user from the EU. Now we're going to do one for a different user from a different region. We can see here for the other paid user, it went to the basic PII detector and not the strict one. Now I'm going back to my agent graph and I see that I've got some data populating. I can see the number of invocations. And so what to notice there is that my security agent is showing 2, while the support and supervisor agent each show 4. And that's exactly what we'd expect. It's also showing me the latency, and this tooling is all done in the code. So if you walk through the full tutorial, it shows you how to add that in, and you can download the repo to see for yourself how simple that is to add in. So now I'm looking at my monitoring tab, and I'm noticing here that while data is coming through for the PII detector variation of my security agent, that strict security agent has some kind of error. So I click in and I see that it's using this Mistral model. So my first thought was, okay, well, let me just change the model. Maybe it'll work with a bigger model. So I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to go back to my UI. Remember, I don't need to redeploy. It's just automatically served. I'm going to run that security check again. I see that the new model has been served. So it is leveraging that new model. I can go back and check that monitoring tab now.
Good.
Looking at my monitoring tab, I'm seeing now an additional error. So I ran it one more time. I got 2 more errors from the new model change. And now I'm going to go back to the small model because I realized that the issue was actually that I had an expired API key. So I changed that on the back end. And now I'm going back to my small model, and now I'm going to run it again. We're going to do the security check. Let me refresh it and do the security check. I didn't use an EU customer for this one, so I need to switch that and try it with an EU so that we get that strict security agent, the one that uses Mistral. Once that goes through, I'm going to verify that it in fact is using small latest again. And now let's go back to our LaunchDarkly UI, to our dashboard to see, this is the monitoring tab. I can see that that's coming through now, and all of those tracking metrics are working perfectly. And that's how easy it is to just switch models, switch providers, switch tool calls. You can add and remove agents here because it's set up to pull in from LaunchDarkly. I want to recap everything we just walked through, everything you can do with LaunchDarkly Agent Graphs. You can see right in the graph the tool indications and latency. You can add, swap, delete agents. You can change the routing between them. So whether you're using LangGraph or Strands or just rolling your own, LaunchDarkly Agent Graph with our AI configs can allow you to swap your models, your prompts, your tool calls, your temperature settings, your handoff, your routing, the number of agents in your multi-agentic architecture, and the way that they're connected, all without changing code, all without redeploying.